Righty. Got it. Got it. Got it. All righty, y'all. Namaste, peaceful greetings, Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at Northwest of Mexico. I'm here with my magnificent brothers.
Peace, namaste. Brother Horary Bey here in the Zoom room.
The Zoom room.
Right, Zoom room. Stop. The Bey Zoom room.
Islam. I am Tamari Bey. Hola.
Hola. All righty, Islam, y'all. So, guys, we are just going to get started. We're just going to get right to it. We ain't going to even waste any time. Let's just cut right to the chase, get to the screen share, and get to our diverse testimonies that will equate to a full synthesized, so to speak, or synthesis or delineation. So here we go, screen sharing with the Bach in the background. Johann Sebastian Bach is what's being played in the background, if you guys can hear. All right. And you know what, I really just thought, let me go and cue this, because I don't think I was even, boom, there we go. Let's take it back to the top. I'd like to welcome you all to our 7hillstar.com astrology firm presentation that we do every Wednesday. It's actually a public service out of, many different public services that we do. Our 7 Hillstar Astro Calendar, March Aries 2021 to February Pisces 2022, 7-day Astro Weather Report. All right, it's really a tropic medical Astro Weather Report. And when I say medical, right, just for the record, when you think medi, that's middle, scene, C-I-N-E, is like cinema, like to see, right? Seeing a picture, right? So medi scene is to see the middle. So to see the middle is really going within and balancing oneself. And when we do these presentations, we are giving a mundane introspection, so to speak, as above, so below, all right, within the celestial sphere, all right? Time never was when man was 9. We are quoting El-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity being Prophet Noble Drew Ali, all right? We are actually giving testimony. Again, we just had the sun egress out of Sagittarius, fire sign Sagittarius, dealing with the Archer, the Centaur, right? Ruled by Jupiter. And now the sun is a little past 1 degree in the earth sign Capricorn, dealing with the sea goat. Most people just recognize the goat. It's really a sea goat. All right, commonly ruled by Saturn. All right. So with that being said, and normally, people like Saturn, why you got the, the Moabite mother teacher, because, Saturn, it's interesting how, sometimes in certain astrology, Saturn is considered, in Horary astrology, 10th house is mother and 4th house is father, actually. So, just a little kind of Horary clue there. All right, so we are giving testimony for the 23rd through the 29th. It is in the order pertaining to Brother Terrell Bey, then I, Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, for Friday. Brother Horary Bey has Saturday, Sunday. He also will close us out with Wednesday. I have Monday, and Brother Terrell has Tuesday. All right. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We will be basically giving that, about 2 degrees-ish is where the sun should be. Excuse me, by that time. On the 3rd degree is when it begins to rise again, right? It should be about the 24th. Well, we'll see. All right. So let's get this going, guys. Let me actually come out of this screen share. All right. Let me grab this here. All righty, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Bring up Sirius. Boom, shakalala. All righty. Previous. Boom. All right, let's do a share. All right. All righty, so we're gonna get the sun right here, conjunct the ascendant, right? And put that at 0. I'm gonna go previous because we're gonna start at the 23rd. 7:28 and 40 for the sunrise on the 23rd. All right. So I yield the floor to my beloved brother Terrell Tamari Bey. Islam.
Islam. This is great. So look what's happening. The sun is rising, right? At 0728 minutes, right? 40 seconds to be exact, right? So, you know, you see the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Leo, you know. So later on that day, the sun is going to set at about what, 16:43, 49? 42, 42, 42, 47. So that's amazing. And, you know, just in that observance of the sun rising and its setting, I will yield the floor.
Yes, because that's all, brother. There, wow. Because we're still going off of after, because the moon actually squares Uranus, right, today. So that Luna square Uranus, actually, it's going to be like, yeah, from 1400 hours and 50 minutes thereafter today. So that was 2:50 p.m. Eastern Eastern time, right? Eastern 2:50 post meridian Eastern today. And so there's no aspect for tomorrow. So there's this Luna square Uranus energy that's there. All righty. And so if you guys go back to what that was when Brother Terrell actually gave his final testimony on that, you guys can go back and actually see what that is, because that's the energy that's going all the way until my first testimony for the 24th. All righty. Let's get this going.
Yeah, so look at yesterday or today's or yeah, last week's video to consider, you know, today or
exactly.
Yeah,
the next cycle, right? I mean, the previous cycle. So look at last Wednesday's. Look at last Wednesday's, guys, presentation. All right, when you go there, guys, don't forget, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you guys get the notifications for when we go live. All right, because I know we are like fine wine, yet astrologically speaking, right? However, it's more like just ambrosia. You know, we want to take it to the dimensions that we enjoy. All right, so awesome ambrosia. So here we go. So in continuing, Luna is going to be a 180-degree aspect reflecting Jupiter. All right, so let's get that up here. All right. And so that is actually taking place again, guys. The sunrise. Okay, so for this day, Luna is transiting Leo into Virgo. So this is a void of course here also that will be taking place. So this is the last aspect before the moon goes void of course after that long transit from this afternoon. So tomorrow or next day from today, Luna will be 180 degrees reflecting Jupiter at 0. Hold on. I forgot to do the previous. There we go. 100 hours, 39 minutes and 12 seconds thereafter, right? Sunset, sunrise and sunset, though, however, is 7:29 and 16:43. All righty. So I bear witness for my very first testimony. All righty. Actually, I'm kind of just really just looking at the fact that Luna is actually in Leo in the 11th house in the 12th lunar mansion. And again, we know it's a reflecting energy with Jupiter in Aquarius in the 5th house in the 26th lunar mansion, right? So with that being said, I'm really just looking at the fact that the moon is actually approaching Regulus, approaching a conjunction with Regulus. Okay, so we know Regulus is like the brightest star in the constellation Leo. Alrighty, so when the moon's conjunct Sun or Jupiter also conjunct Regulus gives honors and ample fortune. Alrighty, so you're thinking that that honors and ample fortune. Alrighty, so that's Luna playing it out. So let's just say we have secured honors and ample fortune in actually some form of creative way or recreative way. We're able to share it, alrighty, as well as be able to find ways of really building and making things come to pass for the different opportunities that will come when it comes to actually sharing things that we've learned when we did our world travels, being able to bring those things to the forefront in our breath mastery exercises. Because usually when I see Jupiter, I also think that deals with breathing as far as spirituality is concerned. I think that does play a part, even though Sagittarius being opposite of what rules the lungs. I still think there's some reflective harmony there. And then considering the fact that this is happening in the 5th house for Jupiter. Jupiter's in Aquarius in the 5th house in the 26th lunar mansion. So I really just see that there's just this reflection thing, especially when it comes to like, if there's construction projects out there, the construction projects out there on houses you guys doing renovating, like people are going to find like these really awesome creative ways of being able to have families 9 times out of 10 consider moving to certain areas, or I guess some type of creative development as far as the community. So creative community development, I think, is actually taking place also with that energy there, even if it's like culminating all day next day, which is Thursday, because this is for Friday actually that I'm speaking on. All right. So I really also see that when it comes to where Jupiter is, it's just right outside of degrees of the astrological area in Aquarius, which is from 22 degrees to 28 degrees. All right. So I just see that some creative community development projects there. In the way that, I really trust that, we're really allowing ourselves to look for the best that's in others and give the best that's in us. All righty. And continuing, we have this one is like going to be like, this has been the talk of the last couple of sun cycles, which we call a year. So I'm really going to get at this one. I'm not going to take long on it. I just want to make some very vital points. All righty. So this is what everyone's been talking about. This Saturn square Uranus that's happening. All right. It just so happens I have the responsibility for doing it. So everybody's feeling the culminating, right? I want you to see where it's taking place when it gets exact. All righty. It's 0216 minutes and 17 seconds thereafter on Friday, 24th December, 2021. All right. we actually see that Saturn right here, right? Saturn's right here in the 4th house, all righty? So let me just give you the whole math. Saturn's in Aquarius in the 4th house and the 25th in the mansion with a challenge or an obstacle to overcome. There's a challenge and an obstacle to overcome because there's a square there, 90 degrees, all right? So a possible challenge, which builds strength, right? When it comes to Uranus, which is retrograde, in Taurus in the 7th house in the 4th lunar mansion, right? So ultimately, you know, I'm just seeing, you know, Saturn in the 4th, some people would be like, okay, that's an accidental debility. However, it's in a sign that it rules. And looking at this just very briefly, guys, just want to show you some technical things. Okay, look, boom. Saturn in Aquarius. Uranus. Uranus and Saturn are co-rulers. They're co-rulers. Saturn's in the house pertaining to the home, and Uranus is in the house pertaining to relating and relationships and others, right? So I would really say for those that may be feeling these really strongly, or if you have like an ascendant Taurus, sun or moon, an ascendant, in Aquarius, also sun or moon, possibly in Aquarius also. No, definitely with the ascendants though. You may find yourselves actually moving because there's a few squares going on, all right? Just to point that out. It's definitely a few squares going on. However, I want you guys to really pay attention to the fact that what this is doing, it's showing a sudden change in relations or sudden change or going back on, because there's a retrograde, going back on and maybe having a rebellion or a sudden change in the values and how one relates to others, all righty? And that is bringing an obstacle and a challenge, all righty, in the home, all righty? Where, you know, Uranus is helping to co-rule this home. Right? So the main ruler is Saturn. Uranus is the co-ruler. All righty. Uranus is a higher vibration pertaining to Mercury. So for me, it was interesting to see where Mercury is. So Saturn's ruling Mercury. Also, because it's in the sign, however, in the house, it's under Jupiter's, rulership in Aquarius. So still, it's Saturn being the final dispositor for that. However, I also wanted to see what's the midpoint for this. So the midpoint between this is about, I want to say 25. Let me see. 1106 to 1106. That's 30. 2106 gives me another 40. That's another 5. Gives me what? 2606. At 27 degrees Pisces, right? It should put me at 26 degrees Pisces, 6 minutes. So at 26 degrees, I'm just pointing to you where the sign is, but since it's, a lot of information here that I have in the chart, all right, the point of Eros, a part of Venus, which is known as point of Eros, we'll call it Eros, right? 27 degrees is the exaltation for Venus. So Venus is really great here. Venus is exalted here. So then I looked at where Venus actually is, because Venus is actually ruling over this Uranus in Taurus. All right. Even though Mars, right? Because let's look, 5th house. Let me see if I got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6th house. That's 7th house. 6th and 7th house are still in Aries, right? So actually, Mars is being a dispositor for this. Ruled by what? So Mars is ruling its own house because this is Placidus. So it's ruling its own second house, right? what's very interesting about this, Mars is approaching its deputy, Antares. However, about the time Mars gets about more conjunct to Antares, it will be rising. So there will be some mitigation of the energies of this square. So when people feel like things are out of sort, people may feel like they're not getting along with their loved ones. It's really not anything personal as much as it's actually when people do not, if you're not really sincerely paying attention to astrology, then you're just going to kind of go through the motions pertaining to the tendencies exerted on the planet. This midpoint with this Eros is part of Eros, is Arabic part for Venus's lot. So the lot of Venus just really speaks for me that right here, it's just kind of like this jackpot situation though. It's like there's going to be, because it's also, you know, it's hinted here, is this shades of Venus, second house. Venus is actually in Capricorn though, right? Retrograde, ruling over a retrograde Uranus. However, at the time of this, it's not really ruling a whole sign, it would be, but in this Placidus right here, Mars has the 6th and the 7th house. So technically, let me see if I'm looking at this properly. Venus is ruling over the 8th house. Mars is ruling the 7th at this time. So what I'm really looking at here is, all right, so when you guys see people make rash decisions and their behaviors seem radical and changing in how they relate and do things, think Celestine Prophecy. You guys haven't checked out that audiobook. I know you're like, man, that's like 9 hours. It's worth the listen. First of all, you can just play it throughout your day. Whenever you do, just play the Celestine Prophecy. Some people will look at the movie. The difference between the audiobook and the movie, you can see a lot of things that were narrated, just acted out in the scene. So the scene isn't being described and people's mannerisms aren't being described. That's the difference between the book and the movie, because you can just see it in the motion picture. However, ultimately, my testimony that I'm going to bear for this one here for the Saturn square Uranus, because a lot of people give that, and you got to look at when Saturn was square Uranus and other times, and child, it's like, okay. No, but sincerely saying, it's like, because Saturn's in the 25th lunar mansion, the 25th lunar mansion is very effective when people are like seeking fights, you know, taking revenge on enemies. It's good for safety and travel, but causes delays. I know that doesn't sound too great, because then the 26th lunar mansion is dealing with employment, building, and journeys, right? The 4th lunar mansion, is dealing with employing others, building, investing, and obtaining offices, right? So with this being said, what I'm really seeing here is that what's really allowing people to go through this change in a very peaceful fashion, because I'm thinking about the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm thinking about Arjuna being told, like, man, you're gonna have to pick up your sword and fight. However, the fight is you going within when people outside of yourself are doing radical relations. Okay, that's Uranus in the 7th, radical relations, right? All right, because maybe something inward, right? So there's this rebellion that's going in. So the values and relating are just going to be, you know, there's going to be a challenge in that. And that's not anything to take personal. All righty. So I'm going to say something that might be tough, but I'm going to let it ride. Interestingly, the moon is just a little past when it comes to, you know, that Pisces, that part of Eros there, a lot of Venus. The moon is like 6 signs away. All right, so that's 150 degrees. That's a quincunx, right? So I'm looking at, there's some subconscious thinking in the heart that mothers, the women are really feeling the effects of this Uranus square Saturn, where I think, and anybody want to, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, my brothers, you already know you can do that. But I think that the brothers are actually taking this in stride. And so what that actually is saying here, when it comes to the subconscious and the heart, really approaching Regulus, which is the heart of the lion, right? So this is approaching the king soon. However, the king is in Virgo now at about, 0 degrees, 7 or 8 minutes or so in Virgo, right? So now there's this rebellion to serve, because it's in Virgo, 6 signs away from the part of Eros, which deals with love, which deals with being able to deal with that joy here. There's a spiritual awakening happening. When I say spiritual awakening, I mean like people being able to breathe easily. However, the ones taking the breath the easiest are those that are going to be able to find the means within their subconscious and their heart to serve. So it's not relating and things in the home being ripped asunder. People are having a challenge in their subconscious and their hearts and really knowing how to be what they need to be in the course pertaining to relating to others. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Islam, just wanted to make sure. Moving forward, right? That's that Saturn square Uranus. Just really pay attention to that, guys. Really pay attention. That's what I really see, like really kind of making its move. So there's a bit of an exorcism and baptism going on. All right. And everyone is affected. I just think those that are doing the introspection, breathing, going within, especially, the sons, the brothers, it's going to leave that maternal energy to have to really meet herself. If that sister is in trouble, which is muddy thinking, forsake her not, which means chase after her not. So that's just what I kind of wanted to put out there with that. So, this is going to look, the receptive energies are seeking to reset because there has been some out of harmony with nature due to insincerity. So Saturn and Uranus are checking the insincere. That's all I'm saying. All righty. Moving forward, we are now seeing Luna is going to ingress. All right, so we're going to do that next. Luna is ingressing Virgo. Virgo. Okay, there we go. Zero. All right, so for the conjunction there, at 0 degrees. So, all right, and it's happening in the 10th house. All right, so Luna is in Virgo in the 10th house. I mean, we are definitely making sure we're securing our health essentials. So definitely securing the health essentials. 12th lunar mansion, again, is good for building, renting lands. If you say that, people like renting lands. That sounds like old stuff, agriculture, matrimony, and putting on new garments. So what we're saying is ultimately, this may be a means for you to lend and not borrow. All righty, to be very honest with you, just in that. And also, people may be actually probably doing their winter flower beds or something, like you're doing your raised beds. Let me see that. Some way, shape, or form. I kind of see that going on also. And people are trying on, maybe you're trying on dresses for your matrimonial obligation coming up, in some time to come. So that could be probably that. Probably, you know, people are meeting with the quote unquote bridesmaids and stuff like that, or brothers are trying on their tuxedos and things of that nature. I really see that going on. Ultimately, the sun is ruling from the second house, this 10th house here. Alrighty, and just that alone just lets me know that it's just bringing to the forefront, you know, the family structure, the values in the family structure. So that's why I kind of see mainly, you know, maybe there are people, you know, people like, hold on, this is late, this is winter time, people don't do, you know, matrimonial things and things like that. But you know, you guys are probably planning for, you know, next solar cycle for that. It's just you guys are trying things on now. All right. Moving forward, guys, we have there's going to be a sun trine going to be in harmony with Luna. All right. So let's get that 120 there. Put it there. All righty, guys. So we have the sun here. We have the sun in Capricorn in 11th house in the 22nd lunar mansion here, 2 degrees Capricorn, 58 minutes in partile trine with Luna. And Luna is actually, again, like I said, is in Virgo in the 7th house in the 12th lunar mansion. We're really finding ways to really be creative in sharing essential things with those that, you know, with those that we may partner with, or those that we may heal. So, you know, quote unquote clients or whatever. We are probably incorporating some, you know, some other means of, you know, essential practices with them. Also, maybe also incorporating some way of doing online therapy, so to speak. Also, and that's really in harmony with where people are, you know, kind of, you know, hey, this is great. I don't have to come in to really do triage or whatever to get a checkup with, you know, whoever your healthcare choices are. You know, that may be you just going to the apothecary and getting the herbs that you need or whatever, or the tinctures and things that you need. All righty. And I trust that is your choice, because that's really who we mostly, you know, honestly, that's who I am thinking who, you know, I'm speaking to the most. And if anybody, you know, disagrees, that's who we're really speaking to, the national mindset, or those that are interested first. So we going to speak on that also as well. But moving forward, I really just give testimony here that what we're really seeing is turn that down. Really being creative and relating how we are sharing our services with our clients online. They're looking for ways to, you know, just see what can I do from home, and then I can come in and do things, you know, that way or whatever, you know, so to speak. So I kind of see that like that. Be really interesting to you guys to really probably if you're going to do something like really like kooky or fun for, you know, your loved ones or whatever, if you get caught, all righty, you just, I don't know, you might want to do something, and I don't know, maybe instead of spray painting, you're chalking the wall or something, and somebody's like, hey, don't write on that wall, and you just like, you know, you just hurry up and run and get out of there or whatever. It's kind of that energy also with this trine here. However, guys, I want you to pay attention to the fact that the sun is actually at the degree pertaining to sight. It's leaving the degree pertaining to sight, which is around 2 degrees Capricorn is sight. All right, 2 degrees Capricorn is sight. Now, at about 3 degrees, 25 minutes later, police, which is P-O-L-I-S, right? Police, right? Which is, it's like what? Police. Police. It's Mu Sagittarius, right? So it's a star about 8, 9, 11, 12, maybe about 12. It's Mu the 12th or 13th magnitude. Is Mu the 13th letter of the Greek alphabet? I want to say Mu is the 13th letter. Let me double check. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the 12th. Mu is the 12th letter of the alphabet, right? So it's the 12th brightest star in the constellation Sagittarius, and it deals with keen perception, domination, and success in horsemanship. Well, success and horsemanship. All righty. It kind of made me think of the four horsemen that used to wrestle. Anyway, still in the 20th lunar mansion, of course, is Luna. Pardon me, in the 12th lunar mansion is still Luna. So again, just looking at that, guys, just really, the reason why you're being creative and some essential things that you're sharing with, your clients or online or whatever, or people that may find healing in your presentations, because your keen perception is with the things that, you're going to say or share with them, like they're really like, oh my goodness, that's word for word something that I'm dealing with right now. So, astrologers out there or whatever, or people that out there observing us, anything you may hear that resonates, guys, remember, 7healstar.com. All righty. Try anything that suits you first or whatever. You want to get a reading first, you can check any of our phenomenal and magnificent 7 Heal Star certified astrologers, and you guys will get everything and exactly what you need. And we definitely make suggestions also. All right, for things that you need in order to do your self-study, so you guys can really get on the ball with what you need to do, because you're really here to evolve and go through solving all the karma. And instead of, if you don't want to keep repeating throughout the million years of reincarnation, because some things me myself personally is going to be picking up, especially with that Saturn and Uranus square. It'll probably be a great time to pick up Kriya Yoga. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because that Eros is in my 10th house. So hey, correct the status even further. Fall in love even more with that inner spiritual status, right? So continuing, next we have Luna square Mars, and this is my last one, guys. I only had 5 for Friday. All right, so this is my last one. We're going to do Luna and Mars at a 90-degree aspect, quartile. Luna is in Virgo, in the 2nd house in the 13th lunar mansion at 808 and heartbreak. No, I'm kidding. And it's funny too, because 8 degrees Virgo is mixing and blending, right? So 808 is mixing in. So that you would think like that's a 808, you would hear the DJ playing the 808s from the music and he's mixing and blending. That's kind of just what I thought, right? I just thought that was pretty cool and interesting. However, it's in the 2nd house, and of course the sun is still ruling over that there. However, in continuing, looking at where Mars is, all right, is right here at 808, of course, in Sagittarius, still within the 20th lunar mansion. All right, so I just really see we are able to really find the value in our garden, in our home garden. Definitely finding ways. People are probably taking advantage of planting and tilling. Journeys, also, so travels. Also, I see matrimony keeps popping up too. Also, so maybe there's plans there, or maybe people are actually going through some things as far as doing the matrimony. I just know with the whole, Uranus, Saturn square to Uranus and things like that with that part of Eros, it's just really interesting to see which people would have like either individual natal charts or synastry charts or composite charts to see like, whoa, this Saturn square Uranus is actually the miracle you've been waiting for, actually, like type energy. All right, but back to Luna square Mars. What we're actually seeing is just a really great time for you guys to just reinvest, so to speak, your energy, because there's going to be a challenge and an obstacle between the way you want to do things, the way you want to grow. Maybe some people are wanting to do things by getting actual live animals for their either garden or expanded garden or whatever. So then you may be thinking of some things like that. So you may be at a time when it comes to your inherited lands or whatever, and some creative things you want to try to maybe foreign to your practices, your normal practices. You'll just be able to overcome this obstacle by allowing yourself to find the value that's already there in your garden, so your home garden, so you can be able to make the conscious decisions necessary also. And it's a really good time to petition any authority. So if that's one of the challenges also in it or whatever, you feel like it's some really staunch rules or whatever, just if you're studied well, just put your documentation together, put your writs together, all righty, and make sure, if you are doing the protocols correctly and just being really sincere, because it's not really about any technical process that needs to be done as much as it's really about sincerity and not attracting certain, energies to yourself, so to speak. Interestingly, in this transit where there's this square, right? The fourth house is so naked. Like there's nothing in the fourth house. That's very interesting. All right. So with that being said, guys, Luna square Mars. All right, guys, really just find the value in your own garden. So you can get over the obstacles that probably are being challenged by, I don't know, maybe some like community association or things of that nature. Just, be wise, be calm, stay calm. So that's why I think that the sons are going to really, and I'm not, I'm not saying anything untoward or anything. I'm just really looking at the masculine energy is going to allow themselves to really be calm. All right. So with that being said, I yield the floor. Islam, Brother Horary Bey.
Islam, peace. Thank you, bro. We're going to move on to Saturn Day, Kasi December 25th, right? The moon is in Virgo, as bro said. Sunrise appears to be 7:27. Is that what I'm reading here?
7:29:27.
There we go, 7:29:27. All right. Yeah. The first transit we'll be observing will be at it's way before sunrise. It's 124 minutes into the hour. And that'll be the moon trine a retrograde Uranus. All right. So the moon is at 11 degrees 4 minutes, Virgo in the 12th house. And Uranus is hanging out in the 8th, is that the 8th? Yep, 8th house, 11 degrees 4 minutes in Taurus.
I'm gonna change the chart while you're going in your testimony.
That's fine. So it's a good energy to experiment with astrological software. You know what I'm saying? It's a good energy to play around with your astrological tools. Whatever one has been experimenting with behind the scenes is in harmony with the clock of destiny, the circle 7, the nature of the 7 churches, divine law. You know what I'm saying? So this vibration says that or suggests that the energy that someone's been working on, like kind of producing behind the scenes, seems to be in alignment with divine nature, in harmony with that. So keep on manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Keep working towards that positive goal. And so mote it be. So,
Am I not picking something? Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. Pardon me. I see what's going on here. Okay.
what is going on here?
There we go. I think that's the one I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
Since we're looking at the angles.
Since we're looking and observing the angles, let's see. Next up at 7:02, shout out to those in the near the Vegas corporate territory. 7:02, we're observing a retrograde Venus conjunct Pluto. All right, so they're hanging out with one another in Capricorn in the first house. And so this is interesting energy. You got the Venusian values. You got the transformation of Pluto. You have the essentials or the structured discipline of Capricorn, right? So I see kind of a lot of self-reflection here. Self-reflection that ultimately leads to a very intimate personal transformation, kind of due to restructuring those values after, as a result of this, as a result of this self-reflection. That which was once important to you will no longer be. You know what I'm saying? So there's a restructuring of the value system. There's restructuring of personal relationships. Personal relationship, one beginning with the self, So maybe in restructuring or transforming that structure, you set some things in line to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Love yourself,
Indeed.
Love yourself. All right. Progressing or moving forward.
Cancel. 2 seconds. Boom.
Boom, boom, in the Zoom room. All right, 1508. Next, we'll be observing Luna trine Mercury. Yes, find that aspect. All right, so Luna's trine Mercury. Luna is hanging out at 18 degrees Virgo, 58 minutes. All right. And
goodness gracious. That joint is on the cusp, like
just like leaning on it. Mercury is hanging out in the 8th house at 18 degrees Capricorn, and that's 58 minutes. All right. So I read this like it's a good time for producers to catch that creative vibration. So if you're one that produces to any degree, you know what I'm saying? Could be music, could be film, could be, writing, all types of production goes on. So it's a good time to catch that creative vibe. It's a good time to communicate. It's a good time to communicate the divine thought inherited related to some type of artistic creation which somehow serves others. So that's just another way of saying what I said in the first place, honestly.
Indeed.
So yeah, that's really the vibe that I read from this here. And we're going to continue to progress because, I got this weekend thing going on, you know what I'm saying? So next up is at 1807, we'll be observing Luna opposing or reflecting Neptune. Yeah, Neptune. All right, so Neptune is 20 degrees Pisces, 34 minutes in the 9th house. And Luna is in the 3rd house, right? 20 degrees Virgo, 34 minutes. So you might be in your feelings, you know what I'm saying? Pardon me, you might be in your feelings, reflecting, contemplating what serves you, right? Measuring, if you will, examining what serves you philosophically and astrologically. Reflecting, you could also possibly reflecting on your dreams and gaining some type of insight as you process or observe, you know what I'm saying, what you interpret from your dream state. So it might be a good time to journal, dream journal, wake up journal type deal.
Excellent.
Definitely, yeah. You definitely want to write down that dream you just had.
Yeah, either the night prior or this night, or if you had a little nap.
Right, word.
Yeah, document that. You know what I'm saying? Get the message that's in that dream. All right. That's going to be it for Saturn Day. We're going to progress and move right along to Mikael Sunday, December 26th. All right. And looks here to be a third quarter moon. The moon is still in Virgo. Sunrise appears to be 7:29 and 48 seconds. 7:29 and 48 seconds. You can catch that sun rising. All right. The first testimony will be for the first part-time transit here. And that'll be the moon or Luna once again trining Venus. Venus is still retrograde. Luna's at 25 degrees Virgo, 30 minutes in the 11th house. Venus is in the third retrograde in Capricorn at, once again, 25 degrees, 30 minutes. All right. So it's a good energy to share how one feels, all right, or what you value, or how you feel about your values, or how you value your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And this communication or sharing, if you will, may actually be of service to themselves or others. It's a good time to share that which is like essential. So this could be sharing of thoughts. This could be sharing of, well, it's a strong vibration for sharing of thoughts, really communicating these thoughts. But it could also be like sharing something essential, man. It could be sharing some food. It could be sharing a meal. You know what I'm saying? And this is really gonna. It might benefit the being you're sharing it. Actually, it might benefit both of you. It might benefit both parties more than you may think on the surface. Yeah, that's the vibe I gain here. You know, we want to progress, right? And we're moving on to the timestamp is 3:39. Luna will be trining Pluto. So it's just a few minutes later. Luna will still be in Virgo. All right, looks like she's in the 10th house now, 25 degrees, 45 minutes. And that's trining Pluto in Capricorn in the third, and still 25 degrees, 45 minutes, right? So one's like intuition serves the restructuring or transformation of one's status. This transformation is essential. It's this transformation of structure must occur. Trust your intuition and be the change, right? So that suggests to me that this transformation of structure has to do with shedding the dross, if you will, shedding the false perception of yourself, and really stepping into, being that divine version of yourself. In order to do that, you gotta trust yourself, right? So be the change, step into it. Stop waiting for others. Trust your thinking, right? We're going to move forward. Well, the moon goes void course here until Luna ingresses Libra. So Luna will ingress the scales in the 7th house. That happens at 11:24, still on Sunday. I just want to see what the exact timestamp is. So 11:23 and 45 seconds. So 11:24, 11:23 and 45 seconds, 24, 23. So 8 hours, 16 minutes and 40 or 15 seconds.
Like 7 hours and some change. Like almost like 7 hours and 45 minutes, I guess.
7 hours, 45 minutes. Yeah, don't make any big purchases between 3:39 and 11:25. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is in the AM, so like, yeah, don't make any big purchases before 11:25 AM, right? Don't do any big trades, nothing in that nature. However, the vibration here with this ingress of Luna into Libra is balanced, harmonious, fair relations, and just or balanced intuition. Just intuition. Like just intuition. So yeah, that's it for Luna ingressing Libra. And we're going to continue and move on to 1629 minutes. And that is when Mercury will sextile or be 60 degrees aspect from, Neptune. I say 60 degrees? Yeah, 60 degrees. All right. So Mercury is in Capricorn, right? 20 degrees Capricorn, 35 minutes in the 7th house. Is that in the 7th still? All right. And Neptune is in Pisces, right? And Neptune is in Pisces in the 9th. That's 20 degrees Pisces, 35 minutes. In the 10th, 20 degrees Pisces, 35 minutes. So, 7th house, 10th house, relationships and status. All right. Communicating, right? Communicating is essential to relationships, right? Communicating essential information in the relationships potentially opens portals that alters the status of one's vision or dream. So like communicating something, again, I think the vibration I'm getting here is like that open communication. It could be something that maybe someone quote unquote takes for granted, but in that communication, the other being like really valued it and was able to take it and work with it because it was something that was essential to their experience in some way. Like I'm trying to think of an example. Like somebody could be really adept in something and maybe you're kind of a novice still, and then they give you some information and you're like, oh shit, like I could take this piece and do this now, and now I got a whole nother level up in my game. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So be open to communication and Be reciprocal in your communication activities. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be only outputting or only receiving. You know, try to balance out that energy. Yeah. And we're going to move right along for the last testimony of this Sunday, of this weekend, upcoming weekend, the pre-weekend. All right, we got the sun squaring Luna. So the sun 90 degrees away from Luna at 21, 23, and 34. All right. The sun is in Capricorn, 5 degrees, 32 minutes, and that is laying right on the 5th house cusp. So it's technically in the 5th house because the 5th house cusp is 1 degree Capricorn, 50 minutes. So we're in there. All right. So the sun is in the 5th house, feeling sunny and all that good stuff. Luna is in Libra now, and Luna's in the 2nd house, 5 degrees, 32 minutes. So unconscious activity here. Unconscious activity, regardless of how creative that activity is, conflicts with being balanced, with feeling balanced, conflicts with balance, intuition, conflicts with possessing balance, right? Unconscious activity, because we got the sun in Capricorn on the degree of trance and sleep. So, yeah, those that are actively unconscious, or, you know, zombies, Walking Dead, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Regardless of how creative the scheme is that has them under mind control, or how creative they want to be in justifying their unconscious actions, it conflicts with being balanced, period. It conflicts with possessing your just position with the natural matrix, with mother. So, you know, every man, woman, and child must confess their own, right? Islam, on that note, I yield the floor to my beloved bro.
All righty, I think it's on me, right? There we go. It is on me. All right, so we got the next sunrise. So let me just put the ascendant here over this side. Put the 0, and we're going to go on for Moon Day. All right. So for Moon Day, 27th December 2021 at 0700, 30 minutes and 8 seconds thereafter, Luna. Soul, actually, Soul, the sun. All right. It's funny. The sun's right here, rising on the sun's over here. Right, setting, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's rising. I don't know. On the waters. We'll say it's rising because it's rising here in the chart, right? All right, at 5 degrees Capricorn, 58 minutes, right? However, for my first testimony, let's see, we have Luna, sextile Mars. So let's get Luna here. Coming to the stage, Luna and Mars. Right, all righty. And there's a sextile there. All right. So we have Luna in Libra in the 10th house in the 15th lunar mansion, 60 degrees in aspect to Mars in Sagittarius in the 1st house in the 20th lunar mansion. All right. And if we recall, you know, that 20th lunar mansion is, you know, basically it's the, you know, it's the reinvestment energy. I'll just, you know, boil it down to that. Making sure you're having everything you need to be able to have the resources that you seek to obtain respectfully. Even though we know that we're, you know, it's like do actions, but don't lust after the fruits from your actions. You know what I mean? Because I've been in the Bhagavad Gita. Like Brother Corey's been like poking fun a little bit at me, but it's healthy fun. I'm into the Bhagavad Gita, so and it's just like this, like running thing that we got. So I already know if I, Brother Jag's is gonna, start tripping if I really just start impersonating the voices from it. So I won't. I just won't. Not right now. But anyway, so anyhow, so yeah, guys, 15th Lunar Mansion, right? Really setting things. You guys want to set your fences and stuff or whatever. You want to, maybe dig a hole for some reason. Digging wells and canals is perfect for, I guess, for the winter moon in the 15th Lunar Mansion. Hill illnesses caused by windiness. All right, so that may be something. Maybe somebody's like, oh man. Maybe it's something dealing with, I guess the lung function of some sort, or maybe, some windiness had happened and you were, wet, you got rained on or something, or you just got out and the window was open or whatever, you may got a little chill from that or whatever, that's a great time to heal from that also. Alrighty. People that are seeking to move, maybe moving because you're changing the way that you go about obtaining your resources, that maybe they're also in those that are seeking to get into exchanging, your exchanging for either, finance in lieu of lawful money or for lawful money and no bartering, because it's really great for what they call quote unquote buying and selling. Alrighty, as far as the 15th Lunar Mansion is concerned. However, when we're looking at that and we're looking at the so-called livestock, buying animals, purchase animals and livestock for the 20th Lunar Mansion, that's what it's good for. Ones could really see, like, maybe you are really thinking of, some people may be getting like service animals to a certain extent, but it's not like typically service animals for anything other than just for people to have companionship. Really just looking at just things that are, you guys keep hearing us say the words essential. Because there's the essence of things that's needed. So, that, when you have the essence of something, it's almost like close to a pure pertaining to it. So people are really looking for the essence when they're securing how they're relating with people. However, it's also an opportunity for us to grow in how we are allowing ourselves to use the things that we've learned in order to be able to inherit, things for ourselves also. So people may be adopting animals that people want to give away. Like that energy seems to be kind of prominent too also. So when it comes, to your home status, and probably even really when it comes to the home, actually the sun energy, male energy, paternal energy, father energy is really finding, if I'm not mistaken, new ways to look at the space for the animals, so to speak. So it could be for your cats or something. Maybe you're thinking about putting something outside for the cats to run around without really getting out of the yard or something, right? Maybe you're thinking about a dog house of some sort, or you're picking out an area to do something for the dog because the dog has dug a hole in this part of the yard for some reason. Again, 15th Lunar Mansion is good for digging wells and canals. So there's possible that, you guys could be dealing with that energy. So I would just say, for the most part, just find a means, just, really be creative with things that you already have and appreciating it so that you can be able to accommodate, I guess the animals that you're either about to have as new pets, or maybe someone is visiting. All right. I really see there's, it's really interesting though, that with this energy also, with moon sextile Mars where it is. Hold on, let's see. Do I have this right? I'm in January. Because I know I gave you guys the right things off of my notes. So let me just make sure I'm in the right date. All right? Because I had to go on sunrise and I didn't go backwards before sunrise again. So at that. But I just want to point out Mars is rising. because it's actually Mars is because I think Antares is at about 10 degrees Scorpio, so it's about 9 minutes away. And it's not really good energy that in this particular, book, so to speak, but off of my own intuition, and then seeing, since it is rising, and when, Antares is rising, it's honor, preferment, and good fortune. And Antares is Mars' deputy. It's the heart pertaining to the Scorpio. So it's like, the sheriff and the deputy, right, meeting up. But with this rise there's this honor, preferment, and good fortune. But when it really comes to finding the growth and the opportunity of being able to relate to things that are essential to make sure that those that are actually in law for real are accommodated appropriately, like those. So this is more of people actually honoring what it is that you're saying in law. So if you guys got writs out there or things that you're putting affidavits out there on the record, for me, I would really say that with the energies that are there, if there's any falsities or dishonesties that are up there in the forefront, you can probably get to the bottom of them, get rid of the BS that's in it, because there's some honor and preferment to the point where even people in authority may even respect the fact that you even stood on your square and actually defended yourself commensurately with the pen. All right, so I see that in me there also. And lastly, for me, guys, for this day, for the 27th of December 2021, where I said sunrise 0700 30 minutes, sunset 1645. All right, so we have Luna trine Saturn. Very interesting here, right? Luna trine Saturn at 0700 55 minutes and 4 seconds. Thereafter, Luna's still in the Libra in the 9th house, though, in the 15th lunar mansion, still in harmony, harmony aspect, 120 degrees to Saturn in Uranus. Pardon me, Saturn in Aquarius. I keep saying in Uranus. In Aquarius, in the 1st house in the 25th lunar mansion. Look at the tense is the 25th lunar mansion. All right, so the 25th lunar mansion, actually, that's the whole sieges and seeking fights and all of that, right? But taking medicines, taking revenge, pardon me, when it means. So is that right there? Yeah. So, all right, so here we go with that one. For that particular mansion. What it really is, guys, what I'm really seeing here is when it really comes to investigations, I really feel like there's even like, if I could really just even say this plain, the Secretary of State is really securing a way to relate, and find harmony, and actually what's actually being shared pertaining to this to the status of the collective. And it's just like, wow, there's a lot of people really, speaking up for themselves. So I am really seeing an energy that's playing out, that there's a harmony, and whatever you've done in sincerity and you put out there, as far as any correspondences, I'm pretty sure that you're going to find favor there, especially with the refined, lovable character and prophetic instinct that Luna is separating from. There's a degree there because there's a fixed star called Kathir, and Kathir is the Gamma Wagirni star. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the third. Is that the third brightest magnitude? Gamma? Gamma is the third brightest magnitude because it's the third letter in the Greek alphabet, correct? Yippity duppity. Third magnitude star. All right. So, and Neptune's south node actually is where Saturn is actually closer to Neptune's south node. So what I'm just looking at right there is just like, even when I think of South lunar node is your past life. So if I was just thinking like when it comes to Neptune dealing with like, your breath exercise and breath mastery. So now it's just like, you can recall breath mastery probably from previous lifetimes, because there's a harmony with the breath mastery practices from previous lifetimes. Alrighty. And you'll be able to fight the good fight within. Take revenge on that enemy that's called lower self, and have the harmony of being able to get to heal that illness caused by windiness. Windiness is a spirit that's not still. Yeah, I took it to the metaphysical on purpose, and I'm doing it right here on this last portion here, because I usually try to keep it a little bubbly, for people that don't want to hear too much of the technicalities, but that's fine with us. We're not really tripping. However, at this point in time, it's more or less on the lines of finding that harmony in things that we've had in our past life practices or whatever, that we know about our breath mastery, that it just seems like another things, because you're having that prophetic instinct. There's a harmony with that prophetic instinct that you're having about who you are in the past life. And you can bring that because masterminds trace themselves through time. With that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, whom I'm all pleased, Terrell Bey, Islam.
Islam. All right. So this is the 28th of December, 1441. All right. Sunrise is at 7:31, 0700, 31 minutes. And sunset is at 16:47. As it seems, right? From the Baltimore Corporation. The first aspect for that day is Moon square Mercury, right? Moon's in Libra, as you've been told, or as you will see, and it squares Mercury in Capricorn. 22 degrees, 50 minutes, both planets, Moon and Mercury. The Moon's in the 11th, Mercury's in the 2nd. This is interesting. It's pretty tough. So just throughout this cycle, or starting your days or whatever, be mindful with this Moon in Libra and Mercury in Capricorn to really watch carefully how you're speaking, or how you let your emotions get in the way of how you convey what you want to speak or speak about, or how you're really feeling. Because that like Brother Hasan told you earlier, with muddy thinking with Mercury squaring the Moon, that fluctuation with emotions can be potent. So you want to just be mindful, like he told you earlier, to be calm. Don't move too fast. Instead of getting into those bitter arguments or that those disputes that will definitely, come to a head. Just get into your creative arts more so, or just get away from the whole situation in some sort. You've definitely heard me say that more than once. So it's definitely essential to instead of indulging in the lower self energies or the disputes or the disagreements, just separate yourself for the time being until everything is calm and everyone is breathing, consciously, so to speak. So yeah, just connect to that peace and harmony, and just really take care of yourself around this time. And also with the dreams, like Brother Corey told you, jot those down seriously, because it's there, right? Really acknowledge your your dreams, because they're really important. Seriously. So acknowledge that, your intellectual abilities. so to speak. We're going to move on to the moon squaring Venus. And this is pretty much similar to what I just said, but this is just going to pertain to, what we value or how we would like to go about a certain situation, and or how our emotions are in some sort of situation, or how we are emotionally connected to the things that we say we value, or it could be some form of art, definitely some form of literature with the moon being in the ninth. It can be something that helps you expand, emotionally, psychologically, within your breathing exercises as well. So, the moon being in the ninth, Venus being in the first, right? Yeah, so this is and Venus is retrograde too in that Capricorn. So yeah, this is that change of, just a life change, seriously. Because it's, Venus is in the first house. So it's really just how you're really considering yourself, or how you really value yourself. That is really being considered. How much do you really love yourself? Are you in love with yourself? Like, seriously, instead of being in love with someone else, do you love yourself first because that is impossible without you loving yourself first. So that's that consideration that's important to not let, let's say, schools of thoughts or ways of looking at things conflict with the dictates of your soul. Let's just put it like that. Things that really make you feel good, that's just what it is. If it doesn't resonate with whoever you want to relate with, so to speak, or, that's the decision you have to make. We all have to make, so to speak. We all come to those challenges, so to speak. Yeah, mental stimulation is the key here, right? So this may be someone may have fall. We fall, and there's only one thing we can do, really. It's to get up and rise. So do that. Seriously. We're going to move on. Moon is still going to be in Libra. This is 9:06, 0900, 6 minutes after that. It's going to square Pluto now. So this is still similar to those last two testimonies pertaining to the intellect. So we're talking about reason. We're thinking about how we're, processing the situation, so to speak, or our emotions with the first one. And then, with the values with Venus, we're processing our relationships and our emotions within our relationships. And now with the Pluto, it's something has to give. Basically, and Brother Corey told you that earlier. Like, it's like, what do you say? The change has to happen, basically. That's not what he said verbatim, but, that's go back to that delineation. I don't know what, let me see. I don't know what aspect that was. It was probably with Pluto, though. Venus conjunct Pluto. You had that, right, bro? Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah,
he did on the 25th.
That was that one? Yeah. Yeah.
One is Venus with Pluto or conjunct Pluto. The other one's the moon trine Pluto.
Got you. Indeed. Yeah. So, yeah, just really go back to what he said, really, and then just come back to this what has to give. Something has to be released for it's like for that goal to be accomplished. It's a self thing, though. It's not like an actual external thing, sort of. It's more internal, but it could be, it can become externalized based on, I don't know, the situation, because you could just, who knows, create something fucking phenomenal that we all possibly need at this time, as a collective. Oh man,
Communicating value change was your first three delineation because the moon is square in the first three testimonies, I mean. And then there's Mercury, Venus, Pluto, which is communicating value transformations or thinking love dies or communicating valuable occult knowledge.
Yes.
But there's a challenge with it. There's a challenge with it because the square is like you have to get over this obstacle.
Right. You have to consider it. It's something that needs to be considered, like actually in each aspect. Oh yeah. So this is a self-clarity moment. You're really going to come to what needs to be done effectively.
It's like in the, you know how in like in there's the three casings that we're in the causal body, the astral body, and the material body. So it's like it's like Mercury was the material body square. It's like you got past that, you beat every foe on the plane of material. Now you're on the astral plane, so that's the then you got this moon square Venus situation. Got past that, now you're on the causal plane, the plane pertaining to spirit. Because cause and effect, so cause is spirit. So you're on the causal plane now, and now it's Luna, squaring Pluto, and then right after that, now you're with the divine, because now you've beat every foe on the material plane, you beat every foe on the astral plane, you beat every foe on the causal plane by seeing who you need to be or whatever, with inside yourself, and now you can unite back with source, with the divine, and have the choice to go back on any plane you choose to assist others to in their ascension, right? So it's like there you got that now with your next aspect. That's kind of what I see what's happening now. There's this connect with the divine now.
Indeed.
Yeah, with the moon challenges.
The moon trine Jupiter, Islam. Yeah. So the moon in Libra will trine Jupiter in Aquarius. Of course. 29 degrees, 56 minutes. Right? And as you see,
it's at 29. I just saw
accidental
that.
dignity.
I just saw that. Oh, hey, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so Jupiter is where Jupiter like to be. So back to just that metaphysical concept of realization. It's the considering or realizing the beauties of life, like seriously and sincerely. You're really able to grasp these concepts that you may have been studying lately. Like you're really able to really like break it down to, let's just say some stranger on the street. And it ignites that inner flame. So this is just a great time to just stay on that path, release that dogmatic program that we've been succumbed to, which we can eradicate with our minds. Yes. See? Yes. So this is that benevolent change for real. This is just that ability to expand on your intuition or your intuitive impulses, right? Because it's very sharp and heightened at this time. So again, like we've been saying recently, you might want to get into the quote unquote holy books and really read them instead of just, reading them in 6 hours or 12 hours and say you read it, because if you did that, it's the comprehension that you probably grasp from that book is probably very low. So do some studying, really expand your mind. Yes. Be open to something different, so to speak. Different languages. Yes. All right, and we're going to move on. The moon goes void for 6 minutes, so don't speak your notes.
The wheel is in January, bro. The wheel is in January.
Oh, I forgot to hit previous.
6 minutes. So right. Be mindful for those 6 minutes of time.
Gotcha.
That's actually quite some time. The moon is going to go into Scorpio. It's still in the 5th house. I didn't say that, but that's fine because you can see it if you're paying attention. So the moon's in the 5th. So yeah,
Trying in the ascendant. Shut up.
And still dealing with that energy with Jupiter. Why not? So, just, it's that clarity for the more and more you get into it, the more and more you're going to uncover the things that you probably thought about when you were a child or something along those lines. But you just were like, no, that's just a movie, something along those lines. And it's like, yeah, you're starting to get it, that it's really all you. All this mind. Yeah. So connect to your inner child. Really. Just get back to that. I've been talking about how just how powerful our imagination is. Just like as a child, for me specifically, anytime it was dark, I could easily, we all do it, I could easily change a figure that was there. So let's just say it's the door. That door can become anything. So with that realization of how beautiful our imagination is, we should really utilize it for our benefit rather than our destruction. Because when we realize that it's us doing it, we can do more benefic things. Let's just put it like that. Right? And we're going to move on to another ingress for me and for us as a collective. Jupiter will go into Pisces and it rules that sign, so it's at home again. Right? So more, what time is that? 23:09, 11:09.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yes. Where are you, Jupiter? You are in the 6th house. Are you hugging it? Yes. What is that on the right there? So that's in the 6th. Yo, Virgo.
This is a good healing time. I yield. Go ahead.
Yeah, it can, please do that. Like that, and that was my first delineation with the moon squaring Mercury, health consideration. So yeah, that's important, man. Your health is your wealth, seriously, and that 6th house, you control that. So it's really consider that your routine, how you go about your day, how you start your day. That is important. Every morning when you wake up and the sun is rising, or if the sun has already risen, how you start the day after that moment is very important. So, just take heed of that. Don't just waste your time or your day, so to speak. Really get into your creative arts, the things that makes you feel good, or things that you like to do to help other people feel good. Possibly a good time to get a massage, do some yoga, pedicure, maybe. Get your feet done. But with that, really just get into some the literary arts too. Seriously, reading is important. Say it again. What you said, bro? You said something? No. All right. Well, yeah. Read a book. Lots of them, but actually read them though. Don't just read them to say, "Yeah, I read 48 Laws of Power" or 48. I read The Art of War. But you just actually comprehend, the things that you're studying, so you're able to assist, people who would like to know those things as well. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam.
Yes, bro. Moving right along. This is Wednesday, Raphael, December 29th. Sunrise appears to be 7:30 and 40 seconds into the degree. All right, the first transit we'll be observing will be before sunrise. That'll be at 5:27 a.m. And that'll be Mercury conjunct this retrograde Venus here. All right. Looks like that's going down in the second house. So this is all about values, right? Venus ruling over the second house. All I'm seeing here is values, the values one possesses, how one values structure, how one values, you know, even their own physical possessions, right? Just kind of really tapping into that. Lots of thought about these things, about what's valued, and a high potential to be like communicating to these matters. Yeah. Could be like you might be inspired to like what do I want to say? Like get a new set of clippers for a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, get these things that assist in your kind of beautification process. These types of things may occur. Yeah. That's Venus with Mercury in the second house. All right. We're going to move on. We're going to move forward. And next is just a few minutes later at 5:42, we'll have the sun sextile Luna. All right. The sun is in Capricorn, 7 degrees, 56 minutes. And that's sextile or 60 degrees away from Luna. Luna's in Scorpio in the 11th house at 7 degrees, 56 minutes. Again, that's Luna in Scorpio in the 11th. And the sun is in the second house. Excuse me. Sun is in the second house, right? The second house cusp, yep, is 17 degrees. So the sun is, excuse me, sun is in the first. Yeah.
Yes.
Pardon me. All right, so the sun in the first, moon is in the 11th. So sharing, and this is sextile, right? All right. Sharing like deep emotions may open up some type of portal or create an opportunity, if you will, to shed light on some unusual abilities one may possess, right? That 7 degrees Capricorn is unusual abilities, per Nicholas DeVore. So sharing once again that deep-seated thoughts, these deep feelings, this intuition, you may be sensitive, more psychically sensitive, if you will. Your psychic abilities, your intuition may be more sensitive. And again, this may shed light on, I don't know, may shed light on that ability itself, you know what I'm saying? Or it may shed some light on something else that is unique in your experience. Continuing on, next is 10:51. We'll be observing Luna opposing a retrograde Uranus.
Why is it doing that? Not hit next.
Why are we in 2023, 2024?
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Time traveling is amazing.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, now we're back in the past. Let's get back.
That's bananas, right? And go.
Yay.
What is? Hold on. Time out.
Hold up. Wait. Yeah, it's the sun Luna opposing Uranus.
2 seconds. Let's see. Really, I really went far back, bro. That is be nannies and pajamas. Applied it. And boom, boom. I think I got it.
Yep, that's the 29th, and it's at 51. Yeah. All right. All right, so here we're observing Luna at 10 degrees Scorpio, 59 minutes. That's opposite a retrograde Uranus in Taurus at 10 degrees, 59 minutes. So Uranus in Taurus, sudden changes once again with values, sudden changes in possessions. But again, you got Taurus in the second house. So yeah, sudden changes with values. I'm gonna stick with values, and we're gonna go with Luna's in the 8th, right?
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like
Mars in the 9th. That's interesting. Huh.
Sudden changes in these values and how one is to kind of build a new foundation because of these changes may cause some nervousness or anxiety. So it's important to exercise your breath mastery practice, or do your breath mastery exercises here in order to bring some remedy to this potential overexcitement. It's all in the mind, right? So quiet the mind, relax the body, relax the being in order to move forward. It's just a moment. And with any change comes uncomfortability, right? So with active change, you're gonna get uncomfortable. So kind of buckle up and brace yourself for it. And that's better than the, change that comes and just smacks you in the face and you aren't ready for it, right? All right. So we're going to move along, right? Progressing here. And the next testimony will be for Luna square Saturn. Luna 90 degrees from Saturn. Luna is at 11 degrees, 39 minutes. 11 degrees Scorpio, 39 minutes in the 7th house. And Saturn's in the 11th. Yeah, Saturn's in the 11th in Aquarius. All right. Interesting. All right. So I'm getting deep emotions again here with this Luna and Scorpio. Sensitivity, right? Sensitivity pertaining to relationships somewhat conflict with sharing essential streams of unique thought or unique information, which can affect the status quo. So same difference for those deep emotions, or maybe like your intuition here, your intuit thought as it relates to others somewhat conflicts with actually sharing so many streams of thought. Or maybe one may be like kind of oversensitive And that may be where the conflict comes, you know, like oversensitive and from the perspective of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like shy, I guess, right? Like you got to get over that and, you know, be yourself. Once again, just be yourself, be confident in the being that you are and your unique ability, right? And turn that square into a stepping stone and share that which is necessary to affect the status quo. Because with Saturn, there's always a lesson to be learned. So my observation, that would be that lesson, if that is the energy that you are facing. Well, yeah, once again, it could work the other way too, even if it's just like you might not necessarily be shy, if you will, but it's just like getting over the challenge of sharing in itself, maybe the conflict that comes up. So, you know, face it, deal with it, so you can move beyond it, step above it, if you will. Because freedom is everybody's job.
Mm-hmm.
Islam.
Progressing. Next up, at 19:21 and 47 seconds, we got Mars here hanging out in Sagittarius. Look at all these arrows pointing, right? Mars is at 11 degrees Sag, 41 minutes in the 5th house. So that is all fire. Notice that there, right? Mars, Sag, fire, and 5th house, fire. Fire. All right, so all that fire is sextile Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius, and that's going down in the, let's see, did that make the 7th? Yeah, that made the, just into the 7th house. So, passionate, right? I see all this fire and I think passion. Passionate activity. Passionate active studies, right? Or
no, that's what they call it now. Let me stop. I'm kidding.
Oh, yes. Some people would call it that, bro. Passionate active studies create opportunity for essential sharing in relationships. So there could be all types of passionate studies that create opportunities or open portals for sharing in any type of relationship. Or let's see here. Yeah, man, that essential sharing. It's another way I can look at this. The discipline and the disciplined exercise in the unique relationship, once again, just ignites a lot of passion that manifests. This is a lot of manifestation energy. This manifestation could, I just saw like I just thought foreign relations. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. You could be having some type of foreign relations here that creates some type of spark. And manifest something beautiful.
Indeed.
You know, but definitely there's the action is passionate action here, and it's pretty creative. This is a lot of creative energy, so this passionate action is going to create something. It's going to create something. It's going to create something that's going to be essential for disrupting the status quo. And it could be connecting with people, connecting with like minds. You know what I'm saying? Connecting with like minds that have similar passions when it comes to maybe civics or just telling the truth type of vibration.
Islam.
So on that note, I am to yield. I think that completes our cycle. Islam.
Islam, indeed. We like to thank everybody, and I'm going to be really brief with this last portion that we normally would do it here. Let me stop screen share there and begin the screen share here. Right. Start that broadcast. And we would just like to thank you all for joining us for our 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar, March Aries 2021 to February Pisces 2022. Time never was when man was not. We're quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdullah Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew. All right. Guys, just remember, go to 7hillstar.com. You're going to be seeing a lot more of that, guy. You guys should go to our Instagrams, guys, and check out our Instagrams, all righty? The only thing I want to really feature right now, like I said, 3 things. One is go to your 7hillstar.com, all righty, page and subscribe to our email list, all righty? Get as many emails as you can from you. Get your mom and your dad's email too, because guess what, guys? There's going to be a giveaway coming soon, right? So we like to get a few of you guys coming on in, and we're going to do a giveaway. 9 times out of 10, I'll probably do it at the top of what you guys identify as the fiscal new year. And maybe we'll do a bit of a giveaway. I got a few things in mind. I'm going to discuss some other things with my bro so we can make it fun for you all right? And maybe we'll kind of do something from our email list. We'll only draw from our email list the people will give away for, right? All righty. So if you're on our email list and you're a part of us, all right. So this is not like the giveaways we would normally do on Instagram and Facebook and things of that nature. This particular giveaway is email list members only. All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys will hear that also once you receive this email. All right. So second thing I would like to point out, guys, all righty, here at 7hillstar.com, I would like for you guys to know that every time you see us, every Raphael, or Wednesday, Odin's Day, Woden's Day, we are encouraging you all, if you actually observe this public service that we're giving here, right? Get your personal full year 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar and Transit Report. You will get a calendar, all righty, with 12 moons, all right, 12 moon cycles. And you will also get the corresponding reports also, guys. And check out everything else that we have here. First and foremost, we always making sure you guys know, keep Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the forefront of everything that we do, guys. Like, seriously, just showing you the pictures as far as for the last Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, Meet Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his literature. And the first one is here in this workshop also. So that's why you guys see Prophet Noble Drew Ali like at the forefront of everything that we do, because that's just what we're practicing, within ourselves, as we're practicing honor as we see fit. All righty, to the best of our knowledge, all right, and comprehension. So with that being said, the last thing I want to take you guys to, if you go to our About tab, right? Go into our About tab. You guys want to get to know a little bit about what's going on or whatever, okay? There is, you go to the About tab, you can see the brief bios of us all. There's you can tap for the mirror session if you like, as well as the weather report that I was just talking about, right? Get your custom personal full year 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar Transit Report, right? So you can click the time travel now button there also. Okay, so you can know what is to come 360 degrees in advance from any current date. All right. And you guys can see about us. We have Brother Horary Bey. You guys can check out the AstroCore. All right, trademark and copyright wellness astrologer, because he is a wellness editor. All right. And you guys can get your wellness, alrighty, taken care of with astrology in the forefront of it, all right? Provided that's your choice. And I'm pretty sure you guys would really like to, get in contact with Brother Corey and see what he offers, all right? So you can get your fitness and nutrition plan according to your astrology. You can schedule that now also. Wellness coaching podcast, chopping up with brothers Corey and Malik Bey. Click that to learn more and check out their YouTube presentations there. It is simply amazing and full of awesome information. I actually watched, I think it was the first one, and I kind of, looked at the second and the third to kind of get a feel for like, okay, like, yo, this is what we was talking about, like with that right there, as far as the nutrition, the sports training and nutrition or whatever. And that's when Brother Corey's like, my brother is who I work with on that or whatever. So you guys can actually see what Brother Corey is talking about. Click that learn more button there. And you can get in contact with Brother Corey also. You guys don't want to do emails or anything like that. You can get Brother Corey on his, his direct message at Instagram. All right. Brother Terrell Tamari Bey also for the JaguarSolar trademark copyrighted activities. All righty. That's the astrology that he does, and rhythmically assisting with fixing your actions from within. That comes with just, some heartfelt insider energy, though. It's really funny. So shout out to nephew. Fix your actions. You know what I'm saying? So it just really just, rolls with that. However, in the esoteric fashion, because, that's what we're really here to do, because actions are done only by the body, which is an actor. Bhagavad Gita. All right. So you can go and schedule that with Brother Terrell tomorrow. You want to click that and schedule that now. Also, you guys know he's a 7-day tropical medical astro weather reporter, and is you guys hear him say teamwork makes the dream work, right? And it's just like, as I was, typing in, I'm like, esteemed work, because we're doing estimations pertaining to the future. So I just figured that, like, that's really true. Like, seriously, even down to what we was talking about when we was talking about any transits dealing with Neptune. You wanted to add something, bros?
No, I would laugh.
Islam, and you guys, you like to get in contact with Brother Jack. Also, you just want to just directly get in contact. Hey man, I just want to let me talk to you direct, man. Go and direct message him. You guys can go and schedule your reading there also with him and make your arrangements there. Brother Sean Aline L, mental magician, trademark copyrighted astrology report. Alrighty, and you go and manifest yours when you click that button there and give him I think 24 to 48 hours to get your email there. And you can see a sample of what he does in those reports. What he did, a mental magician report for Kendrick Lamar. You click on that sample report there. All righty. And he is an Intuition Monday global delineation reporter. All righty. One of two. All right. You click and enjoy the intuition and check out the presentations there. And you can also get in contact with Brother Sean Aline L at 720 Astro Healing and Instagram. Check his direct message there. And the other half to that, when it comes to the Intuition Monday global delineation, Brother Benjamin Bey, all righty. And Brother Benjamin, for us, he's going to be leading a holy degree impromptu improvs for it's usually the third Friday, but if we feel like we just want to do any of the other Fridays, it's just the third Friday. You're to see all 5 of them, all righty, on the third Friday. Sincerely random yet divine dialogue. So you can observe the discussion there by clicking the button. Intuition Monday Global Delineation Reporter. Also say something interesting about your business here, obviously, is what I was supposed to take out there. I thought I actually edited that portion, but I'm glad I saw that now. So that's actually where I'll probably take that out. I thought I just hit erase. So you can just click on embrace the intuition there, but it's all good. I'll just go back and edit the website. Make sure that portion's not there. And lastly, you guys want to get in contact with Brother Benjamin Bey, is, direct message him also at his Instagram. All righty. And that's where I'm going to yield the floor on that, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me bring us back. Get these 4 screens here so we can tell you to be yourselves and exchange your energy with us, because we have vital things that you need. Seriously, we're not playing. And we recognize that, we're about to really turn up what we do. All righty. So, and we're going to have fun, guys. You're going to enjoy it. And if you don't, that's fine. But we really about to, really find our niche. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue being more American and being national, even if our clientele may probably look a little different than us. It's like, hey, your main supporters are your sons and daughters. Okay, cool. Main supporters, sons
cultural, very cultural. Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
Huh?
And said, whose fault is that?
It's their interest. Are you interested in yourself?
Are you interested? Are you interested? Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I'm going to be, we're going to be chopping up a podcast soon too, because we got a little unveiling earlier today. So, we're going to start hosting some form of podcast. Start getting some more Moorish American astrologers on here. We're going to ask some questions.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
I'm going to play the neutral talk show host position. I'm not supposed to think or have an opinion. So I'm going to play the neutral talk host position.
Are you going to choose the questions too?
Yeah, if people ask questions, I'm going to make sure they're the most ridiculous. God. I'm going to make sure they're the most ridiculous questions I can pick and the most controversial. No, I'm kidding. Because now we're going to scare off people. They're like, oh, they doing it. No, I don't do that. They're going to try to trick me up. No, we're being facetious. We're doing some more insider stuff here. It's all good. It's fun. Anyway.
He said, are you
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the questions. I'm be like, hold on, let me see this question. Hold on, this question says.
He killed it with the
pause. I know he's like, hold on. I'm thinking. This was perusing in my thoughts. I was, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, yes, Brother Corey, I'm going to look at the question. Like the questions, I'm going to look at them just like this. Hold on, don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I'm looking at the questions, right? I'm be like, hold on, let me see that. And I'm like, what does Uranus and Taurus mean? I'm like, that's a good question. And then the next question going to say something like, astrology is fake. Why y'all doing this? And I'm be like, hey, somebody said astrology is fake. Why are we doing this? I'm gonna ask that question to whoever we're interviewing.
Oh my God.
It just seems like because that's what the people want, right? Don't they want controversy? It's because we're boring when we're doing this, right? Oh, they're playing classical music and they sound like, oh, they're just doing testimonies. Guys, we're actually chock full of fun. We're doing our best to contain what the fuck is over here, all right? You guys have no clue. Because you, honestly, we really realize, we really are fifth dimensional thinkers. We really are. And, there are master chess people out there too, but you know what I'm really realizing is, hey, some people didn't realize, oh, snap, that prophecy really did manifest. Right there in front of our face. Even bumped in the house briefly and assisted with the cleanup. So, with that being said, right?
Not peanut butter in no sandwich.
No, was blind, but now I can contract. Anyway, so with that being said, right? Through many dangers, toils, and secrets. No, okay. I'm gonna stop.
God.
No.
Wait, what is this? What is this? Moore's Astrology and Harmony?
I know, right? Hold on. Moon.
Oh wow!
Moon. Tell me what you gonna
goodness, he came to
when ain't nowhere to transit.
This is over.
He came to Cleveland too. Yeah.
It's the first of the month. 0 degrees of a sign. No, not like that. We can't do that.
It's 27. It's not the first. It is not the first.
I'm saying. I'm just look, man. See, you know what's it was funny is what I'm realizing even more when I'm studying the Bhagavad Gita, bro, and all the other holy books, which are the law books, and the law books are holy books. It's just like, yo, the more we're having fun and falling in love more with our walk and what we're doing. And it's like, oh, hold on. Also, we know we're not really getting into the sense consciousness of it all, but it's like, oh my God, this thing is beautiful. So let's go and have some fun. You know what I mean? And then what we're realizing is a lot of people are very dependent on their third dimensional thinking, and they're probably using it as a crutch. They're using it as a crutch. Basil bamboo. She like, it's time to walk me, man. Y'all done did y'all hour and 45 minutes. So, all right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I got some really great scenes already. You guys already know. So namaste. And I guess I'll do it now. Hold on, I'll do it now. Shri Bhagavan. Let me start, y'all. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Yeah. That's it right there.
That's that Gita right there.
That's that G. That's that G. Yeah.
That's the BG. No, it's not right. All right, y'all. All right, love y'all. Namaste, Islam.
Vamos.
Peace.
Peace and love, people.